It's hard to believe that 25 years ago, Quincy Jones and I embarked on an album named Thriller. To be able to say that Thriller still holds the record as the biggest selling album of all time is just mind-blowing. I have you, my fans throughout the world, to thank for this achievement. There is still much more to come from Michael Jackson. My passion for music has never stopped, and for those who don't know, I've been in the studio recording Thriller 25th Anniversary album with a lot of surprise guests. It's my hope that Thriller continues to live on for each new generation to discover. And thank you, the fans. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope to see you very soon. I love you. God bless.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the 715 Rewind, and it is an MJ day today. We are going to take a look at Thriller 25, the Super Deluxe Edition, released in 2008. Now, we are not going to listen to the original 9 tracks from Thriller because I've already done a video on that a long time ago. Sometimes YouTube blocks it worldwide, like it is right now as I'm recording this. Other times it's not for some reason. It just kind of goes back and forth. It's really weird. Eventually, I will make that available to everyone all the time. But for today, we're going to take a look at everything else that's not included on that original album, starting with track 10. The first thing we are going to listen to today is the Vincent Price excerpt from the Thriller voiceover session. Get ready. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good YouTube stuff if you like MJ and you like these videos. So let's start off with track 10. It's just a quick voiceover.
This is Vincent Price. Michael Jackson is the Thriller. Can you dig it?
We'll let that go into track 11. The Girl Is Mine, the 2008 will.i.am remix. I'm not a big will.i.am guy, but I know Michael liked him a lot. So let's do it.
Every night she walks right in my dreams. Since I met her from the start, I'm so proud I am the only one who is special in her heart. The girl is mine.
She mine, she mine, she mine. She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock.
She's mine.
She mine, she mine, she mine. She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock.
I don't understand the way you think, saying that she's yours, not mine. Sitting roses and your silly dreams, it's really just a waste of time because she's mine.
She mine, she mine, she mine.
The doggone
She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock.
don't waste your time.
Your time, don't waste your time, don't waste your time, don't waste. She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I
I
rock.
love you more than he. Take you anywhere, but I love you endlessly. Love it with you, so come and go with me to all the town. Why do we both cannot remember? So it's one or the other. Don't build your hopes to be let down, 'cause I really feel this time that she'll tell you I'm the one for her. 'Cause she says I blow her mind. The girl is mine.
She mine, she mine.
The doggone
She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way
don't
I rock.
waste your time.
Time, don't waste your time, don't waste your time, don't.
Doggone
She like the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock, the way I rock.
She love the way I love her low, the way I love her high. She love to say hello and never say goodbye. I call her mommy and she call me papa. I'm sorry, Mike, but she love the way I rock her. And you know I really care. And she knows the love is right here. And I know the love is real true.
This isn't a
And
bad
they know,
remix.
They know just how the Willie do. They like the way I rock, 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 the way I roll with it, the way I rock with it, the way I rock the king of pop, now stop with it, the way I rock, the way I rock. I rock, I rock. Will I am non-stop. Rolling with the king of pop. MJ make it hot. Yeah, you like the way I rock, 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 the way I rock.
All right, we got to stop it right there real quick. It looks like there's no lyrics for the next one. Good to know. But that wasn't a bad remix. Like I said, not a big will.i.am guy, but I know Michael was. Now, I can't confirm, I still haven't been able to confirm to this day, if Michael was in the recording studio doing any new vocals for any of these remixes. I've heard maybe he was. There was this little video message he did for Thriller 25 that I might throw in the beginning of the video if I can find it, where I believe he says he was in the recording studio. But this was really exciting. A year before This Is It, I didn't get this at release at the time, but I knew it was out. I had heard the songs. It was a short, exciting period of time to be a Michael fan again. It was something new after all those years. So he was back. Up next, track 12, P.Y.T, Pretty Young Thing. Again, another 2008 will.i.am remix. This one doesn't have the lyrics. That's all right. Let's just chill with it. This one was made with the P.Y.T demo, which was sick when I first heard it. Really cool. So smooth.
Be a little sex machine. You looking really cute in them jeans. I peel them off like a tangerine. I can see you on the magazines, modeling Maybelline. Yeah, you could be my beauty queen. Yeah, boo, let me be your king. Yes.
I got to give credit to Mike and Will. This is a pretty fire remix to make out of a demo.
It's the king of the beats, rolling with the king of pop. will.i.am non-stop, MJ on top.
I just thought of something just now while listening to this. So, if anyone's ever been to Las Vegas, as you know, the Michael Jackson 1 show is there performed at the theater at Mandalay Bay. If you're familiar with it, if you've been there before, I haven't seen the show, but I've been right outside the theater where, you know, all the Michael memorabilia is, the store. A lot of his artifacts are there as well, at least a few. And there's actually some paperwork kind of like sort of planning out this 2008 Thriller 25 project. It's got Michael's signature on there. It's got some other signatures. The really cool thing is it's got Michael's handwriting all over it, just making notes, marking down what he wants changed. I believe it was for the credits, like the little booklet, the album credits. Michael wanted to make sure everything was correct, and Michael's handwriting was all over it. It's really cool. I'm sure you can find pictures online of it. Up next is track 13, this time with Akon. As you know, Akon's another artist Michael really loved to work with. Want to be starting something, the 2008 remix.
I met her on a walkway, stared as she walked past. She looked back at me sideways and said, I can't help but to ask. Said you wanna be starting something, you got to be starting something. Said you wanna be starting something, you got to be starting something.
I'm not the biggest Akon fan either, not gonna lie.
Wish I could tell you what I saw. Sexiest woman in a negligee. We hit it off until the morning. You heard her say, I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say I said I make her say, I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. 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 And the genius always talking when nobody else is talking. Telling lies and rubbing shoulders, so they call her mouth the motor. Someone's always trying to start my baby crying, talking, squealing, lying, saying you just want to be starting something. Just wanna be starting something. You got to be starting something. I said you wanna be starting something. You got to be starting something. Too high to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle, the pain is thunder. Too high to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle, the pain is thunder. You love everything that is your good. You're always up to no good. You feel again like you can't trust. Your tongue became a razor. Someone's always trying to start my baby crying, talking, squealing, lying. You got my baby crying.
I think those are the new Michael vocals. New for 2008.
Too high to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle, the pain is thunder. Too high to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle, the pain is thunder. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say why said I make her say. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa. I'ma say mama sa mama kumsa.
I'm fairly certain those Michael vocals we heard were new vocals. I'd like to believe that. I've never really did the research to confirm it, but it sounded like it, and he sounded good. You know, he sounded tight. He sounded aggressive. I'm gonna believe that was Michael in the studio in 2007, 2008. Up next, track 14 of this super deluxe edition, "Beat It" with Fergie, another individual from the Black Eyed Peas group. Not a big Fergie fan either. You know, that's who Michael was rocking with back then. So let's take a listen. These obviously aren't new Michael vocals. I was never a super big fan of that remix. 2008, like the whole late 2000s into the early 2010s was all about those remixes, man. Everyone was doing remixes. This one is all right, middle of the road, only because it's Michael. Up next, track 15, the Billie Jean Kanye West remix. This one I actually kind of like a little bit. I wonder what the dynamic was like. Michael meeting Kanye, them in the studio together, working together. Let's take a listen to the 2008 Kanye West Billie Jean remix.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do. Could the lie become the truth? Hey.
Yeah,
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean as she caused a scene. Then heavy hair turned with the eyes that dreamed of being the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do. Could the lie become the truth? Hey, the Billie Jean's not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. She says I am the one. But the kid is not my son. For 40 days and for 40 nights, I was on her side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. Go and dance on the floor and around. So take my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. Do things twice. She told my baby we danced to 3. But she looked at me, then showed a photo. My baby cried, his eyes were like mine. Go and dance on the floor and around, baby. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do. Could the lie become the truth? Hey, the Billie Jean's not my love.
When you think about it, it's just a slower hip hop kind of version of Billie Jean with a Kanye verse in there. I'm not mad at it.
She says I am the one, but the kid is not my son.
But it's nothing too crazy special.
yeah. Number one.
The Billie Jean's not my love. The Billie Jean's not my love. Billie Jean's.
Not bad, but nothing like super blown out of the water either. I don't listen to a lot of Kanye West. That is probably one of the handful of Kanye songs. I'll count that as like a half Kanye song that I actually listen to. Track 16 is up next, called For All Time. This is an interesting one because for the longest time, I always thought this was from the Thriller era recording sessions. Just until maybe the last couple of years, I figured out that is not true. Between Bad and Dangerous, somewhere in there, maybe closer to Dangerous. Really, really good song. Kind of surprising they chose this to throw on a Thriller Super Deluxe. But hey, I guess there were plenty of takes to choose from. Michael obviously approved it, and it was a complete song. Let's take a listen to For All Time.
Sun comes up on this new morning, shifting shadows, a songbird sings. And if these words could keep you happy, I'd do anything. And if you feel alone, I'll be your shoulder with the tender touch you know so well. Somebody once said it's the soul that matters. But baby, who can really tell when two hearts belong so well? And maybe the walls will tumble and the sun may refuse to shine. When I say I love you, baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Moon shines down on this good evening. One warm kiss in the cold night air. And for this good love I'm receiving, I'd go anywhere, just as long as you were there. And maybe the walls will tumble and sun may refuse to shine. Oh, when I say I love you, baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Oh, and on these quiet days, where souls embrace society. Oh, the rain may wash away all these words that young lovers say. And maybe the walls will crumble and the sun may refuse to shine. When I say I need you, baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Say that you'll never go, that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. Baby, you gotta know that's for all time. No lie, no lie, that's for all time. Baby, miss love, that's for all time. Say that you'll never go, that's for all time.
I truly, truly thought that was from a Thriller session. Turns out, I'm pretty sure that's an early Dangerous session. Really beautiful song. Actually, one of my dad's favorite Michael songs. I remember he listened to this nonstop when he got his hands on it. So very, very cool song, special song. Up next, track 17 is voiceover from Quincy Jones. It's part of one of the interviews he did back in the early 2000s for the special edition of Thriller that was released. I never listened to those interviews with you guys, so we'll listen to them now. So let's get the Quincy interviews out of the way. I'm kind of so-so on Quincy. Like, I thought he was a real G, and then seems like he kind of turned on Michael a little bit with lawsuits and stuff, but whatever. Let's listen to what he's got to say.
Thriller producer Quincy Jones discusses the recording of the song Someone in the Dark from the E.T. storybook.
We got kind of trapped on Thriller because we had about 4 months to do it, which isn't a long time when you follow 10 million albums, you know, because, excuse me, that stuff does affect your head, you know. And there is no spiritual way to connect with saying, okay, we're going to make a bigger album than that. You know, you can't. You have to do something that gives you goosebumps to say, yeah, man, it really turns me on, because if you get turned on a lot, you got a chance of somebody else getting turned on. You just still have to go with God's dividing rod, you know, which is the goosebumps and everything else. And so we had to do E.T. first. That's what we've got in trouble with, because we had to do the E.T. storybook, because I had just met Steven, and I introduced Michael to Spielberg. And when I met Spielberg, he was doing E.T. at Laird, and I was doing Thriller with Michael. And so we were really cross-pollinating everything. You know, he was coming over to the sessions, I've gone to the Laird, Michael was going over there, and Michael loved what that was about, you know. And it was a fever. And ironically, we were both making two huge pieces of stuff, you know, at the time, but nobody knew, you know, you never know. The song for E.T., please, I love it. That's why I asked that group of people to write it. Someone in the Dark, yeah. That combination, I was going to say one of the most rewarding parts of it is, after having worked with so many heavy people, you know, is to put kind of incongruous combinations together. That really knocks me out, you know, and put, you know, somebody as heavy as Alan and Marilyn and Rod together, you know, sparks are going to fly. It's going to happen. So we were just going to do the song first. This was this new love affair with Steven and I. And so we did the song. Great, we're through. I said, I know, man, please do the whole album. I said, Steven. And we had to take the biggest film in the history of the cinema, successful, and visual, and reduce it to an oral version, 40-minute version, for people that had never heard it before. They were still understanding it.
Going to pause it right there. So we have actually listened to the E.T. storybook narrated by Michael before here on the channel a long time ago. You can find it in my Michael Jackson reactions playlist. I cried. Michael was so beautiful in the way he sang this song, Someone in the Dark. It's such an underrated song. Normally, I don't like to re-listen to songs that I've already done, but this song's just so special. It makes me emotional, and I'm going to cry. I know it. This is just a warning. I'm going to cry during this because I'm going to listen to it. Here is Someone in the Dark. I don't know if it was written for the E.T. storybook specifically, or if it was written for Thriller potentially, and they just used it for E.T., but listen to it if you haven't, man. It's good.
When someone in the dark reaches out to you and touches off a spark that comes shining through, it tells you never be afraid. Then somewhere in your heart you can feel the glow, a light to keep you warm when the night winds blow. Like it was written in the stars, I knew my friend, my someone in the dark was you. Promise me we'll always be walking the world together, hand in hand, where dreams never end. My star's secret friend and me. When someone in the dark reaches out to you and touches off a spark that comes shining through, it tells you never be afraid. Then somewhere in your heart you can feel the glow, a light to keep you warm when the night winds blow. Look for the rainbow in the sky. Oh, I believe you and I could never really say goodbye. Wherever you may be, I'll look up and see someone in the dark for me. Wherever you may be, I'll look up and see someone in the dark for me.
Oh man, that song does it to me every single time. I think it's not even thinking about the E.T. movie. It's just certain people in your life that have come and gone, and Michael himself, looking down on us. Miss that man, All right, I gotta calm down. We have more music to listen to. So up next is track 19, another part 2 interview with Quincy. It's just a quick 2 minutes. Let's see what he goes over this time. Got some Rod Temperton interviews as well. All right, we got lots of interviews. Wow.
Quincy gives his insight on the role of the producer and talks about The Girl Is Mine, Billie Jean, Beat It, and video.
The Girl Is Mine was fun. Paul was in Tucson, and we had to go down there and work with him for 2 or 3 days, which was fun, and rehearsing the song and finding things, just finding things that make them tailor-made for them, like the verse at the end and the rap they had, them fighting over the same girl. And this came out first. And it's great with a record when you're following something up, because people are really paying attention to the next one, because you know what you've got, And sure enough, it came out, it was successful, because I think half a producer's job is assuring you got the right songs. And that's the biggest conflict you have sometimes with the artists. If they write a lot of songs, is they are in love with everything they write, it's hard for them to kill their babies, you know. But at one point, you got to make a decision and choose a group of songs. Say, this is it. Well, it starts with, you know, it all starts with a song. And Michael wrote Billie Jean and that stuff, you know, it was just highly, highly personal. According to him, he said it was about a girl that climbed over the wall and the fellow was lounging out there. She woke up one morning, she was laying out in the pool, lounged and hanging out, had shades on, a bathing suit on. It's right, just like invaded the place, a stalker almost. And he had accused, Michael said she had accused him of being the father of one of her twins. I said, how do you do that? And Michael, on Billie Jean, he had an intro. You could shave on that intro, it's so long. And so I said, this melody is too long. You know, we got to get to the melody quicker. He said, but that's the jelly. That's what makes me want to dance. Now, when Michael Jackson tells you that's what makes me want to dance, the rest of us have to shut up, you know, because it's not Bruce or Rodney. I'm not going to say, well, that makes me dance, you know. So we had to, he won, you know, it was a quorum.
We won't be listening to The Girl Is Mine, like I've said. I've heard Thriller before. Everyone's heard Thriller before. I'm just sort of interested in re-listening to the Quincy interviews with you guys. But let's keep going down the line. Up next, the 1981 home demo from Billie Jean. This is, I'm not sure, this has to be the first demo because there are multiple demos that kind of show the progression of the song up until its final form. I think this is one of the first. Let's listen to it. 2 minutes long, real short.
More kicking stuff in the phones. I need it. More bottom and kick in the phones.
I don't know if these lyrics are correct. That's a genius at work right there, man. That's a genius at work. One of these days, I am going to dedicate a video to listening to all of the Billie Jean demos, multi-tracks, everything unreleased, Billie Jean-wise. We're going to listen to all in one video one day. For now, let's continue on. Another interview from Quincy, number 3, another 3 minutes.
We double clutch and release, beat it, and this is real key to this record being with its power, with everything it has, because I said at the time, I need a song like My Sharona. But I mean, we need to do like a black version of you know, just a strong rock and roll thing now that has the power that everything else he writes. And he says, I got something here, but I don't have any voices on it. So we sat out at this, outside of his studio in Havenhurst, and he went and put it on, right on the head. That's just what we needed, you know. I think for a record to penetrate like this record did, you have to be go for the throat in 4, 5, or 6 different areas. You know, incredible areas. You know, where you do a rock and roll kind of a trip. You know, you do your AC thing. You know, dance stuff, R&B, soul, whatever you want to call it. And I decided to call Eddie Van Halen, and I didn't know him, to come play the solo and Beat It. And I called, said, it's Quincy Jones. Bam! Cussed me out every time, you know, because he thought somebody was stroking him, you know. So I did it about 3 times, and then I think I called somebody else to tell him that I'm serious, you know. And I called back finally, and he was very sweet, you know, and everything else. So we connected, and Michael was in the one studio, I think, doing overdubs, vocal overdubs on Billie Jean, and I went in the other studio, a third studio, and Eddie came in, he had his Gibsons, stacked his Gibsons all up there, and I kind of let him get set up and everything else. I said, I'm not going to sit here trying to tell you what to play. The reason you're here is because what you do play. So let's try 3 or 4 takes. Some of it will be over-animated, some of it will be long lines and so forth. We'll sculpt it, okay? And that's what we did. And he played his ass off. And during that time, MTV had just come along, and they were playing rock and roll. They weren't supposed to be playing jazz artists. That wasn't their policy then, or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. But the ironic part, Michael kind of defined what the videos were. Everybody's basically still doing the same thing. You know, they got a line. I don't care who it is, Christina Aguilera, Madonna, everything else. They're doing the same thing Michael did. You know, same thing, line dances. You know, like they did in Busby Berkeley.
It's true.
And they defined, you know, that I have to say at least Billie Jean between the video and Beat It with the West Side Story thing that Michael did, and Michael Peters. Thriller was a whole other thing because that became like a small movie, you know, and it was a year and a half after the record came out, and it was like an event. But the newness of MTV and the video, they rode each other to glory. They really did, because people had never seen people do their things before. You know, they heard them on the radio and maybe in a concert, but it's not the same thing. Sullivan was the only place you could get to that, you know.
It's true, man. Michael set the groundwork, the template for everyone to come. Now we have part 1 of the Rod Temperton interview. This one's 4 minutes long. I love getting some insight into the creation of this album and all of Michael's work. It's been a long time since I've heard these interviews, probably close to 20 years, so really cool to hear him again.
The song the world now recognizes as Thriller was originally titled Starlight. You'll hear first from songwriter Rod Temperton,
We
followed
will
by
listen
Quincy
to
Jones,
Starlight
as they
one
discuss
day.
the legendary screen actor Vincent Price's important role in the recording of Thriller.
Yeah, it was quite a funny story. When I wrote Thriller, I'd always envisioned this kind of talking section at the end, and didn't really know what we were going to do with it. But one thing I'd thought about was to have somebody, a famous voice in the horror genre, to do this vocal. Quincy's wife knew Vincent Price, and so Quincy said to me, how about if we got Vincent Price? And I said, well, that'd be amazing if we could, you know, get him. So he spoke to his wife, and they got it together, and Vincent said he would love to do it. So it was all set up that he would come in and do it. Then, and the idea was going to be that he would just talk some horror talk from the type of lines he would deliver in some of his famous roles. And right up until the night before the session. And just before I went to bed, Quincy called me and said, you know, the session's at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and I'm a bit scared because Vincent's never been in on a pop record before. I don't know that he's ever recorded in such a manner with music tracks and headphones and everything. And it may be difficult for him to come up with something to do. So perhaps you better write something for him to say, just in case we get stuck. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll get up tomorrow morning and write it before we come to the studio. So I went off to bed, and the very next morning at 9 o'clock, the bell rings, and I'd totally forgotten this, but my publisher from England had come over to America, and it had always been planned that we would have breakfast that next morning. And he came and arrived, and I thought, oh my goodness, you know, I'm supposed to write this thing, but I've got this lengthy meeting. And so I had the breakfast with my publisher and had a long business meeting, which went up till noon. And the session was at 2 o'clock. And finally, my publisher left, and about 10 past 12, the phone rings, and it's Quincy. Says, how are you doing? Have you got something? And I said, yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'll have something. I'm just finishing it off. And so I hung up and got a piece of paper and frantically started to write some stuff. And just one of those lucky times that it just flowed out of me. I mean, I'd written all the lyrics for the song, and the theme of the whole thing was so strong anyway that it was quite easy to visualize all these kind of lines that Vincent would say. And so I started writing, and I wrote one verse there while I was waiting for the taxi, and then I got in the taxi, and while I'm going to the studio, I wrote 2 more whole verses, of which, so I wrote 3 verses of poetry or rap, and we only needed 2 in the end anyway. And as I arrived at the studio, I saw a car pull up, and out steps Vincent Price, and the taxi pulled around the back of the studio, and I dived out of the cab, raced in the back door, said to the secretary, photocopy this quick. And they put it on the music stand, and he walked in and sat down in his chair, and off we went.
You know, I think Quincy's better interviews than Rod. Rod can write some songs, but interviews, he seems a little stale to me. I think Quincy just has some better stories to tell. I think he worked a little more closely with Michael. So part 4 of Quincy's interview right now.
Peggy, my wife at the time, Peggy Lipton, she was very good friends with Vincent Price. And man, if you're dealing with a horror film, who is better than Peter Lorre or Vincent Price? I mean, please, you know. So that just felt like it was very natural, you know. And Rod was great. He I was calling him in the cab on the way to the date, you know, and so forth, and he wrote this brilliant Edgar Allan Poe spiel, and it just knocked me socks off, you know. And Vincent really understood that, you know. Okay, you got a tempo, you know, it's locked in, and you've got so many bars to do this speech, you know. You can't end it because we can't have a little instrumental filling until we get back to the mainland. So the narrator has to time it so he starts here and ends here. It's not easy to do, and still put expression in it and everything else. Vincent did it in 2 takes. I'm telling you, man, it is so difficult because you can't stretch tape, you know, stretch the speech, you know. Whatever he does, that's it, you know. That's his voice.
That's impressive.
Darkness falls across the land, you know. It was fabulous, man. And he was out of there, and he, as he left, at Westlake, they have a double door there.
2 takes.
For the sound, protect the sound when somebody comes in, you know, delivering pizza or something. And he says, is that all that you needed me? He said, we said, correct. We all got applauded and everything. He said, oh, well. He was beautiful, man.
Now a behind-the-scenes treat from the original voiceover session for Thriller with Michael and Vincent Price.
2 takes.
You'll also hear the never-before-released second verse of Vincent's rap written by Rod.
Okay, tape rolling. Anytime you want.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson.
This is Vincent Price. Michael Jackson is
The Thriller. Do we both say it?
Say it together. I say inviting you to. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Anytime, tape rolling.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson.
And this is Vincent Price inviting you to
The Thriller.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down, must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The demons squeal in sheer delight. It's you they spy, so plump, so right. For though the groove is hard to beat, yet still you stand with frozen feet. You try to run, you try to scream, but no more sun you'll ever see. For evil reaches from the crypt to crush you in its icy grip. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Can you dig it? It's great fun.
Great, thank you. Cut.
Okay, all right.
That's crazy. That's cool. That was only take 2. He did that and he was done. He did that twice and he was out of the studio. Legend. And he's got a voice like no other. Let's continue on with Rod Temperton's second part of his interview.
Rod Temperton and Quincy Jones discussed Carousel, a track recorded in 1982 for Thriller,
Good song.
but was eventually left off the album.
When we first went in the studio to make the real album, we, I believe, did 9 cuts as the tracks and did some vocals on them. And at that point, we kind of stepped back from it for a minute and had a listen to everything and realized that 3 or 4 of the cuts, not that they were bad, but were just not fitting in with the way the album appeared to be going. I mean, right from the beginning, Michael had written Billie Jean, and everybody knew, you know, we knew that that was going to be a cornerstone of the album. And the style of that, and starting Something, which is another track Michael had written for it, plus what was to become Thriller, we're kind of giving the whole thing an edge and a direction that some of the other tracks didn't have. They seemed a little too poppy and too straightforward for where we appeared to be going. So that's why those tracks never made the album. And one of them was Carousel, which was a great song, a slowish song from Michael Sembello, which was beautiful, but lyrically and at that point in time, it didn't seem that that was where the album was heading to. And it was just one of those things. But eventually they were all replaced with Beat It, The Lady in My Life, Human Nature, which were some of the best things on the album. So I don't think it was a mistake in the end analysis.
All right, let's see what Quincy has to say about Carousel. We are going to listen to it. It is a good song.
Carousel was a great song that Mike Sembello wrote, and I just cut a song with his and Donna Summer's album. Just a little. Anyway, and fortunately or unfortunately, you know, hearing there was only room in the album for one mood like Carousel or Human Nature. And Human Nature was the choice we had to make, you know. But they were hard to give up, you know. It was not like they were songs that were bad songs at all, you know. So we did a thing that Mike Sembello had written. This was around when he had done Maniac and stuff for Flashdance. I love Sembello. We took that out, Carousel. Nice, but it Toto who I just adored. David Page was 14 and 12 years old. His father, Marty, used to bring him over to the house when we played jazz and stuff for him. He's a great musician, man. Pocaro, all those guys are fantastic. Luca, too. So we worked together a lot. And they sent over 2 demos, 2 things they thought would be right for Michael. And we left the tape on and forgot to take it off the tape they sent with the first 2 songs, which were okay, but we're not impressed, you know. And all of a sudden, at the end, there was all this silence, and I said, why, da 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 da, why? That was all. It was just a dummy lyric and just a very skeletal thing. And I tell you, I get goosebumps just talking about it. And I said, what the hell is that? You know, that's what took Carousel out. I said, this is where we want to go because it's got such a wonderful flavor. So I called up David, and he said, yeah, Steve Picaro wrote that. That's a little demo he had on the end of our tape, you know. And I called Chuck K to get John Bettis to write a lyric to it, you know, because I liked his stuff. He did Betty Davis.
They did make the right call with Human Nature being the one they chose instead of Carousel. Carousel's still good, and this isn't the full version. I believe the full version is on Thriller 40, which we will listen to down the line a little ways. We will get to that as well if you're wondering why we aren't listening to that in the first place.
She's from a world of popcorn and candy, pony rides for a dime, little children laughing. I'm from a world of disappointments and confusions, but I want her to be mine. I started talking, she kept on walking. She disappeared into the crowd. Oh, I lost my heart on the carousel to a circus girl who left my heart in pieces. Lost my heart on the carousel to a circus girl who ran away.
There are more verses to that song. Like I said, that's just the short version. The final part of Quincy's interview, part 6, here it is.
Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. It won an unprecedented 8 Grammy Awards, and to date remains the biggest-selling album in music history. Quincy Jones's final thoughts on Thriller.
Well, listen, man, let me put it like this. I never have any doubt how it's going to be. When a record goes to number 1, everything there from, as I said, starts with songs. We got killer songs that went everywhere. And I don't think it's an accident that it hit everybody from 8 to 70, man, everywhere in the world. That's never happened before. I mean, you know, a young black kid to be the idol of so many millions of kids all over the world, it never happened really before. Not on that level, you know. Where does the surprise come from? I mean, everybody in the world goes in to make a number 1 record. Everybody. So when you get a number 1 record, you shouldn't be surprised, you know. I mean, something this big, you should be not only surprised, but gracious and feel blessed, you know, and get on your knees, you know, because nobody knows how to aim at anything like that. You can't, man. That's got something to do with divinity. It really does. Anybody that tells me they know how to make an album like this is lying, you know, because if you can't plan it. There's nobody that doesn't want to sell 50 million albums. Give me a break.
I've never heard this before. It's almost 7 minutes. Let's run it. I don't know where this came from. This is one of those remixes where I'm like, why? I'm sure someone enjoys it. I'm sure it's played in some underground European club. But it ain't for me. As you can tell, I wasn't truly really too interested in that. It's just something I'd never heard, and I had to listen to it just to say that I listened to it at least once. At least once. I will probably never listen to that again. But let me know if you liked it or not. To end this video off, track 30 of the Super Deluxe Edition. I know we didn't listen to 30 tracks today, but it's still a pretty long video. We have the instrumental version of Thriller. I'm curious if this video is going to get blocked by YouTube, just like the original Thriller video did. We'll have to see. Maybe. I hope not. I think I did enough pauses and I talked through a few of the songs. down here at the bottom, I guess this deluxe edition came out February 8th of 2008. Copyrights for 1982, all the original stuff. 2001 was all the interviews, things like that, a couple demos. And 08 was all the new stuff, obviously. Is it weird that I know all the songs or lyrics in my head? I just want to sing them, but I won't.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. Stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Can't interrupt that. I guess Thriller was almost a 6-minute song. I'm just used to the edited version, I guess. That really took up some room on the LP back in the day for sure. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I know we didn't cover a lot of popular stuff here in this video. Just a lot of odd tracks, I would say, but it's still part of Michael's history. Michael did sing on this. We got some new stuff that came out for the time. We got a little insight into Thriller, and that's what matters. So let me know down below, did you buy this back in 2008 when it came out? Were you excited for it? Did you buy it? What did you think of the new remixes? Let me know your favorite one. Thank you for watching once again, and until next time, I'll see you guys then. Peace.